Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I'm Jason. As always, my co-host, the voice of MMA in Utah, Mr. Zack Partridge. What's up, sir?
How you doing? Good, man. Dude, I'm going to give a quick shout out to the Kitchen Witches, Jenny Augerlovie and
love it.
Lauren. Sorry, Lauren, I don't know your last name. Boomer's girlfriend. They do my meal prep for me. Yesterday, we had garlic steak bites that were amazing. And today I just had my lunch. Oh, sorry. And today I just had my lunch. It was Hawaiian barbecue chicken with like pineapples and stuff.
All right.
Delicious. If you are in the Salt Lake, Tooele area, hit them up because it is worth every penny for your meal prep.
I need to try some of those.
Dude, it's all good.
I need to try some of those. So
all good in the hood.
We have another Fighter Spotlight podcast today. We have Jesse Salmon joining us. Jesse, did I say Salmon, right?
Salmon, just like
Salmon,
the fish.
Just like the fish. Jesse Salmon joining us, who is going to be stepping back in the cage July 31st for the SteelFist Fight Night promotion. Jesse, welcome to the podcast, man. Excited to have you on.
Thank you. Appreciate being on.
So, Jesse, it's been a few years since you've stepped in the SteelFist cage.
Yeah.
Where you been? What have you been up to? What's going on?
Living life. I mean, last time I stepped in the cage, man, I wasn't doing so hot, dude. I'm in recovery, and I had a shit show of a training camp and wasn't doing my best. I weighed in at 186, and I was fighting that light heavyweight, and just was a rough time in my life, man. And
that's not gonna work too great, bro.
Yeah, no, trust me, it ended in 4 minutes in a rear naked choke. So
yeah. Well, and Andy's been in there. Your last opponent, Andy Witt, he's been in there quite a few times. He's experienced enough. If you give him an edge, he somebody has enough experience that he can use that, you know.
And he did, man. And my hat's off to the dude. He's a savage. I tend to stay friends with everybody I fight as long as they don't hold a grudge or whatever. And like he's a solid dude, veteran, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, dude. So, you know, went back to the drawing board, got my life back together, and started working out again and training, and so I'm excited to be back in the cage. I'm at a new gym. I used to fight under Fusion MMA here in St. George, Utah, and now I'm with Raven Self Defense. They call it Ohana, and I'm going to be transitioning into teaching the MMA over there.
Cool.
I got a bunch of guys on the card, and 3 guys specifically, and super stoked to get up there in Salt Lake and, you know, come represent Southern Utah.
Jesse, who's the other guys that you guys have coming?
So I've got Devin Koja.
Okay.
And this will be his first MMA fight. Kind of just chasing the dream, seeing he's my training partner. He's fighting at 175.
Okay.
And then I've got this dude named Brandon Everett, and you guys remember that name, Brandon Everett. He's a traditional boxer. He's got like 31 amateur boxing fights, but's never been in a cage. And this dude is one of those Midwest freaking bales of hay chucking, corn-fed white boys. You know what I mean? Like still chin, just a tough dude. And
who's he fighting?
Chris Chu. He's fighting Chris Chu out of Snake Pit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
I'm
gonna be
looking at
good.
it right now.
Watch out for that one. And then Dustin Crawford, he'll be up there too. And he's got a bunch of fights. And he's fighting one of your guys, AJ Garcia.
Yeah.
I know that dude, not personally, but I know of AJ Garcia, and that dude's a stud. And so it'll be cool to watch, man.
And weirdly, when I was down in St. George for Memorial Day weekend, I showed up at Fusion, and Dustin was there, and we rolled.
Nice.
We rolled, and I didn't know his name then or anything. And he's like, "Yeah, I got to fight July 31st." I was like, "Oh, cool, me too." Up at SteelFist, he's like, "Yeah, me too. I'm fighting somebody named AJ Garcia." I was like, "Cool, it's my teammate."
It's my teammate.
Yeah, he's been. You know what, dude? This dude DJ, man, he's all heart, and like. This one thing that I'll give to him is like, he's going to go in there and give his everything. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he's okay with like giving his everything. And then, I mean, I seen him today and he's like, dude, Jesse, I've been training my ass off. And he's like, I watched AJ's podcast and the dude's like so nice. And he's like, and I have to go in there and like try to hurt the dude. He's like, and I feel kind of bad. And I'm like, just do your thing or whatever. He's like, you know what, dude? I just want to put on 3 rounds of banging.
Nice.
And then whatever happens, dude, it doesn't matter, man. And I love that mindset. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the type of dude that lets my fist do the talking. I don't say what's going to happen, you know, and I bow to my opponent before and everything like that. It's all about honor and respect for me. And so it's cool to see these guys just get ready and their mindset and stuff like that. And I've been doing it for a long time, and this will probably be my last fight, and I'll be transitioning into the coaching and stuff like that, and then teaching some kids classes and stuff. And I'm excited to have this next generation and these younger guys come in and stuff like that, and just you know, keep bringing up those dudes from Southern Utah, and you know what I mean.
Cool,
man. You're getting us all pumped up, Jesse. It's gonna be a banging card, man. If you guys don't have your tickets, you guys need to reach out and to one of these fighters and get your tickets.
Tell you what, dude, like from what I know, find somebody because the tickets are slim to none now.
Oh, they're starting to slowly trickle away.
I don't have any, and I've got family and friends hitting me up like, Jesse, like, I know you got something. I'm like, dude, they've been gone for a while, man.
I'm finally gotten to the point where I'm not just out. I'm out of everything except the 35 GAs. Like,
the standing. Yeah, I still have a couple standing, but dudes,
that's
like,
it.
They're like, man, I don't want to stand. You know what I mean? Like for that whole time or whatever. I'm like, well,
there's really not
the option we have. You know,
you should have bought them 2 months ago when we were all telling everybody, don't wait, it's gonna sell out. Here we are 2 weeks, and I'm pretty sure. I don't know anybody that has table seats still available. So.
Yeah, I know Devin Koja has a couple, but they're like getting swooped up quick. So, you know, like I don't know what to say. But like you said, dude, I was telling people a while ago, like, dude, this is going to be sold out. And they're like, oh, yeah, you know, whatever. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, SteelFist just opened back up and people want to go out and watch wars, man.
Oh,
it's a 10-year anniversary.
10-year anniversary.
It's 15 fights. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be nasty, dude.
The last ones they had that we went to were just, I mean, the crowd was insane. Rocking.
Yeah, that's so tight.
And I can only imagine how this crowd is going to be for this one.
10 years.
It's going to be wild.
Yeah.
The one thing that I actually really enjoy about this is as we've talked to people, you know, we have 6 guys on our gym from the card. And as I've talked to people, I think one of the best things about this is I don't see bad blood on the card, which is there's so much there's so much hype usually around MMA, and these big cards are usually built around grudges, you know, especially like on the bigger shows and stuff. But like, it's like, man, these two guys don't really like each other and whatever. Dude, it's like everybody's like, no, we're all just out here to just put on a show, and give it their best. But it's like, it's been respect. I think this is going to be a great night to show the really good side of MMA.
Totally.
For all the people that think that that still have the misconception of like thugs, human cockfighting, and all that crazy nonsense, which that is still there, especially in areas of Salt Lake City and Utah. You know, it's still there a little bit. Yeah. And I know there are some people that are coming to their first show that have bought tickets for me. This first time coming to an MMA thing. And I'm like, they're asking about how it's going to be. I'm like, no, it's going to be awesome. Like you're going to get
great
hooked.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah. Great one to have like a first experience. You know what I mean? We've got a huge following coming up from Southern Utah. And Pat was like, dude, you guys want like 40 VIP tickets? And I'm like, Pat, trust me. He's like, but it's 4 hours away. I'm like, dude, just trust me. Hey. And nobody has tickets left.
That's good though. That's good.
Yeah.
But and about your opponent too, I you know, when you said it's all about respect and honor and stuff, Sepp is that type of a guy as well. Yeah. He's a no nonsense guy, but it is discipline, honor, respect, and I just want you watch a little bit how he coaches and runs his gym.
Yeah,
he's that way too, and to me, that just makes the fight better.
Yes, for sure.
When if you can remove like bad blood out of it, and just 2 guys that just want to showcase their skills, respect before, try and kill each other in the cage, respect after. That's the best.
Totally. I agree. I don't pretend to know that much about my opponent. I've watched his fights. I do know about his family and their background in the boxing, thing like that. They're a big name out there. And I've got a bunch of friends that are actually friends with them. And so like, I'm excited to go in there and put on a show. And like, I'll be going in there the best shape that I've ever been. and I've taken this like super serious. So I'm excited, dude.
So I got to ask. So your last fight was at 205, but you weighed in at 186.
Yeah.
This is at heavyweight.
Yep.
What do you weigh?
I couldn't get a fight at 205. Pat's always like, dude, there's no pro 205s out there. But to answer your question that you haven't asked, I weigh 225.
Okay.
That's not a bad weight for heavyweight still, though.
So they put a cap on it. So it's what you call it, a catch weight.
Kind of a catch weight at heavyweight.
I can't be over 235. I can't be over 235.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Walk around 230, 232, something like that, and then I'll go and train, and I'm right back to freaking 225. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's perfect though.
Yeah.
And I've always said I actually think the heavyweight division is kind of crazy. I've always thought
big gap.
I've always thought there should be like a 225, but there's not even enough heavyweights.
Yeah.
But there are some guys. So because like, okay, we'll just go to the UFC because that's what everybody knows.
Yeah.
Like Francis Ngannou is not the same weight division as a lot of those heavyweights.
Yeah.
He has to legit cut down to 265, right?
Yeah.
Or change his body a little bit to make 265. And then there's guys like Stipe who's like, I perform my best around 230, 235.
Yeah.
The last time they met.
Definitely didn't the last time.
I mean, you know what I mean?
230 with Stipe and think that you're gonna. I mean, with Ngannou and think you're gonna do something, man.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he's a different beast.
I mean, we had an interesting conversation with I'm surprised we didn't get a fight with you and Zack Cavender then at 205 at some point. But you know, we talked about it with Zack when he was on our podcast one of the times. I kind of felt like there was a weight class that should be like 225, 230.
Yeah.
Like a cruiserweight or something like, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of cruiserweight in boxing ish?
Yes.
I'm not as familiar with boxing, but it's like, but I just don't think there's the depth in the division.
I think we'll see it as the years start chipping away and this popularity keeps growing as it is. I think we're going to see it. We'll see that division in there.
That'd be cool.
So Jesse, are you a big like MMA fan? Do you like to watch a lot of the fights and stuff?
Man, we got a tradition in my house. If there's anything ultimate fighting going on, you're not allowed in my house because it's on unless you're watching it. You know, so there's not something that goes on, and it's not just a UFC; it's everything.
You're my kind of people. My wife last night.
My wife's a big fan. My kids train. Like I'm a junkie for sure.
We went down to Price and we had the fights up, but obviously Zach's commentating. I'm listening.
That's fierce, right?
Yeah, fierce. So we drove home. We got home. I got home. I think we pulled in my driveway at like 1:00, and Zach still had to drive. I freaking turned on the TV and watched the main card till 3 a.m.
And I was streaming the main card. I was commentating, right?
Yeah,
so Cage is in front of me.
I got a little bit from following you guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
I have my laptop in front of me with my hotspot on my phone, streaming the ESPN card on my ESPN Plus while I'm commentating up here. So I'm like commentating and I'm like, oh, congratulations, Misha Tate. Welcome back with a nice win. You know, it's like,
yeah.
And then last night they had the LFA fights, that welterweight tournament in Brazil.
Good.
And
they gotta watch out for those LFA fights, man. They're nasty.
My wife comes in the room and it's like Sunday night and she's like, it's every night. And I'm like, yeah. I go to sleep. I go to sleep every night watching old seasons of The Ultimate Fighter. You're our type of people, Jesse.
No doubt. Right on, man.
So Jesse, what's your background? What did you grow up training? You have a specific style?
I wrestled my whole life. My dad was a real big wrestler in Northern California. I grew up boxing my whole life, and then I transitioned into jiu-jitsu. And so I'm just what you would call a freestyle fighter, man.
What part of California you from?
So I'm from Northern California. I was born in Sacramento and raised between Las Vegas and Oakland.
Okay. My wife's from the Northern Cali. She's from Roseville. Just north of Roseville, Auburn, the Auburn area, Meadow Vista up there. Yeah. Beautiful area.
Beautiful area. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun night of fights. So you fought for a couple different promotions. What's been drawing you back to SteelFist?
Dude, my whole amateur career I did Tough Enough, dude, and I have nothing bad to say about Tough Enough. They're giants in the amateur career. And, I fought on some Indian reservations and some fights. And I fought for Gladiator and I fought for, a couple of different ones that aren't even on the internet. And, dude, like Pat and Kevin run a tight ship, man. And what they say happens. For instance, I fought for Gladiator Challenge, and they're like, okay, this is what it is. This is your opponent. Be here at this time at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. And I get there for the face-off, and they're like, dude, and I traveled to my hometown to do this fight, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so in front of all my family and everything like that, and they're like, and then this was at light heavyweight, and they're like, hey, sorry, we don't got an opponent for you. However, this dude has been training as a heavyweight, and this was my second pro fight. And they're like, he's got 22 professional fights and he holds 5 belts. Do you want to fight him? And I'm like, yes.
Yes.
I'm here. You know what I mean? So let's go, dude. And so dude had 35 pounds on me, and like this is my second pro fight. And
oh, wow.
Check it out, dude. Getting in that cage with that freaking monster. Thomas Fallon was his name.
Thomas Fallon, yeah.
I got it looked up right now.
Yeah. Thomas Fallon. And so like, and I think I weighed in at freaking 199. I got in there. I'm like, hey, dude, like I've got to hit this dude as hard as I can. And that bell dinged, and I freaking charged at him and hit him as hard as I could. Boom, right in his face. And we locked up. It went to the ground. I got on top. We flurried or whatever. And then we both got up, and he standing guillotine and choked me out, man. And I was so winded and so like done by the end of that fight. I got out of the cage and I leaned up on a post on the ground, and he came up to me after, and he's like, hey, dude, he's like, I just want you to know I've never been hit harder in my life.
Oh, hell yeah.
And so like I just got my ass kicked, right? And,
yeah.
And just those 3 or 4 words was all I needed.
Yeah.
Like, he just came and told me like that I hit him hard, and this dude is like a savage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like, and he told me that. I'm like, cool, dude, right on. You know what I mean? I did it. You know, it was cool, man.
Yeah, I'm looking at the guy's record. He lost his pro debut, and he's rattled off 6 wins since then. So the guy's definitely no joke.
No, he's nasty.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, I dig it. I actually first heard about you is so my uncle. I'll give my uncle Mike
Mike's
a little
shout
right out. So he's like, hey, I have a buddy who fights, and I think he's going to be fighting on the same card as you. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
we'll have a fun time here in just 12 days.
Yeah, dude, stoked. Those days are inching away, and I couldn't be more excited, man.
Right on. Do you have any sponsors or anybody you want to give a shout out to, Jesse?
You know what? No sponsors this time. I did the sponsorship. Other ones, Cloud9 down here at Vaporworks sponsored me and stuff like that. But this time, I've got my older brother and my little brother cornering me in my fight, and cool. And I'm just representing my last name, my mom's last name. So we're from Scotland, and it's Clan Maxwell. You know what I mean? We have our own castle out there and everything like that. And I'm bringing it back to the roots, man. And I'm coming out to Scottish bagpipes, the whole 9, man. Nice. And you know what? I couldn't be more excited. The shout out that I do want to give is to Raven Self-Defense, man. They let me get in there and train with them, and they're a family over there. And they got some good guys. So my boxing coach, since I've been in Utah, is Clay Collard, and he's been doing that for 35 years. And he did Rebel Boxing forever, and then he linked up with Raven. And dude is a genius, you know what I mean? And so working my hands with him, and then working with Raven and helping the other guys, that's definitely my shout out right there for sure.
Well, we wouldn't have this podcast if we didn't ask. Any predictions for the fight?
For what do you mean?
For
your fight?
He said earlier he doesn't do that. But
I know you already don't do it, but
ask.
What can the people expect? We got to ask. What can the fans expect that are listening to this? What are they going to expect when Jesse steps in the cage? I'm
going in there for war. And I have to envision that my hand's going to be raised. You know what I mean? And I'm excited to, perform and show you guys what's going to go on. I can't say what's going to happen. Like I said, I don't really do that, but just know that I'm in the best shape of my life, and I have not taken this lightly. And so I'm super excited to be in the cage and just give the best performance of my life.
Sweet.
Exciting. Exciting.
I dig it.
All right, Jesse, we'll let you get out of here, man. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you July 31st at the Union
Thanks for
Event
having
Center.
me, guys. Appreciate
SteelFist
you.
Fight Night,
Thanks,
baby.
Jesse.
Let's go. We
All right, man.
out.